Hello, this next video on Robot Replay is how to troubleshoot Robot Replay job that's been put into Robot Schedule and some of the options that are there. I mean, as we talked about earlier, Robot Replay requires Robot Schedule. Robot Replay learns 5250 green screen sessions and can play them back as batch jobs. Along with that, it can track the sibling jobs or the jobs that have been submitted from your green screen that we learned in. So it will track all these. But what happens if something fails? That's what we're here to talk about, is troubleshoot. So let's first of all go in and find our job that we had scheduled from Replay into Robot Schedule. Here's the end of month job. We can see it completed. It ran today. If I want, I can type an option 11 here, go right to the completion history. You can see that I ran it twice today. I can look at the job log. Okay, this is the job log that started the batch process of running your green screens. Now, as we roll through this job log, we'll see the commands that were executed. I did a change job just to see, make sure I got some logging. Then we'll see our command that executes the replay object in this job log. See the release level of replay. And then as we go down, what I'm looking for is we'll see when Robot Replay starts executing the screen images that were learned in. Screen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 full screens. And then the last thing we'll see is that Robot Replay was waiting for the child job to finish, and that's right here. So there was one submitted process. So there's more to this, by the way. So let's look at it from a completion history perspective inside of Robot Schedule's green screen. Again, I can look at all these things through the GUI. So we went into the green screen completion history for Robot Schedule, and we'll see our end of month replay job here. And notice it ran at 13:37 and 13 seconds. Here's the virtual terminal session associated with it. Sometimes you'll have problems in here for a variety of reasons. Something to look for if you're troubleshooting is this job log. And then, of course, the next thing up here, this is the child job that was submitted. And so this here has a job log. That's that same job log we just looked at. This one doesn't. If I try to put an L on it, that's because it completed successfully. This one here, I'm going to do a work with job because it completed successfully again. And that's this report that we ran, and it also has the reserved command variables in here dynamically fed into it. So that's completion history and Robot Schedule, but there's more. Wait, there's more. We also have, for troubleshooting purposes, I can go into the Robot Replay product itself, and I can find that same replay object. Remember, we have all the images, and that's what we saw in the job log. Panels 1 through 10 were in the job log. That's good. And then also we should look at F4 here to show us all the options that we have here. And one of the main ones is this execution history. I can just pop out of this screen and take on option 11. And then this shows me a bit more. Again, I ran this twice today, so we can see that. One, I can take and see the job log. It's that same job log before. I can do a visual log. This is going to show me what was actually executed. And by pressing page down, this is going to show me all the images. It's going to show me the panel where we put in the date range and then finally signed off. So those are in the history. And then, of course, we can also work with this job and see the spool files or the job log associated with it. And then there's, if we press F4 here, we also can do diagnostics against here. We can print out this log. We can look at the history log entries. So a lot of good options there. The last thing I wanted to show you, troubleshooting wise, when you're working with our support team, they might ask for your display, your object information, your replay object information. And this helps us understand, you know, are you waiting, all the parameters waiting, like waiting for child jobs, what user profile was used, if there's any specific device information that we need to pay attention to. And then a variety of other things from a user profile perspective. Are you using a user profile that's enabled? We've got to make sure that that's enabled also, because we can't run the replay object if it's not enabled. So those are just some tips on troubleshooting and where to look for job logs, history logs, and some of the replay object definitions. I hope you found this video to be helpful. Have a great day.